Hello, this is English Time on Science FM 94.1. Are you ready for amazing time with us? Spend 10 minutes with English and get valuable information.
Tanmano, and welcome to our first broadcast of the 94.1 FM Shooties radio station. My name is Scott Poteet, and I am an English language fellow with the School of Foreign Language in the English department at Shooties, and I am here to express my excitement and motivation for you and to celebrate this opening of the radio station at Shooties. So I will first talk a little bit about my experience in Mongolia and then tell you a little bit about the topics and why they're important in the coming weeks from the English department specifically on the radio station, and then end with a look at some things about American culture and how it differs maybe from Mongolian culture. So I'm from Texas, and I first came to Mongolia in 2018, and I worked with the English department as a foreign language specialist teacher and taught classes at Shooties and helped with the English club and with some designing of the course books, right? And so I stayed there for a second year in 2019, but in 2020, I had to come back to America because of the threat of the virus. Of course, we've been dealing with that since then. So now I'm in Texas, but still working with the wonderful Shooties University. Miss everyone and hope to come back and meet you in the future. So in my first day in Mongolia, I want to share a couple of stories. I know that this is embarrassing for me, but when I first came, I went to a restaurant and they brought me a small plate with a napkin on it, but the napkin was rolled and it was very hot. It's to wipe your hands. And I thought it was cheese, so I started cutting it with a knife. And someone stopped me. No, that's just to clean your hands. But that's all right. I just wanted to say that I really miss Mongolia and have so many good experiences and memories there, and have learned so much from the teachers I've worked with. And you, if you're a student, you are so fortunate to be a part of such a professional school at Shooties for your future career plans, as well as your language, your English skill development, which is so important in today's international globalized world. So with that, I want to say that this English language broadcasting on the radio station, the English department is going to bring you a lot of topics in the coming weeks. And these are really important. First, they're important because it's good listening skill development, but it's all about you as a student or as a faculty member. The topics are relevant to what you are dealing with. And it will be also the source of language improvement and awareness of different culture. And let me give you an idea of what some of the topics are that you will be hearing from on the radio station in the coming weeks. You'll hear interviews about people from Mongolia who have studied abroad and how to go about applying and getting scholarships for studying abroad, if that interests you. You'll hear about the choosing a career. How do you decide what to focus on for your future in a job setting? You'll hear about the English Olympic competition. You'll hear me talk about in a few weeks how to give a really successful job interview. Another topic that's very important is how to best prepare for international exams, including TOEFL, IELTS, GRE, TOEIC, and GMAT. You'll hear strategies and methods for learning foreign language like English really effectively. And you'll hear from the U.S. Embassy about their scholarship program, including their MOOCs, their online courses that are free that range from business to journalism to the environment that are very, very useful. You'll also hear about the Shooties English Club, and I would like to do some future talks about American culture regarding music or pronunciation, as well as sports in the US or immigration, whatever topics you think are important, you can let me know, or especially ask the English department that you would like to have that topic in the future. So with that, I will say that we'll have a lot to cover here, and it's so exciting to have this opportunity for Shooties students to have a radio station to regularly listen and participate in the foreign language speaking community and to improve your skills. I'll close with this, a little bit about the cultural differences with the US and Mongolia somewhat. I really want to echo the food. The food is so wonderful in Mongolia, and there should be more Mongolian restaurants in the United States. I think the food is so delicious, as well as the people are so hospitable, friendly, and welcoming. Sometimes that's different from the US because in a lot of US cities, they developed this kind of isolation where houses are big, but people don't really know their neighbors sometimes in a lot of areas or in neighborhoods in the cities. And in Mongolia, things are a lot more concentrated, and the transportation system is really good, and of course using hybrid cars, fuel-efficient cars is so important for the future with climate change that Americans can certainly learn that from Mongolia. I also want to say one perception, as I've kept in touch with the English department the last year with COVID, that sometimes Americans are so interested in being free from government. Sometimes that's a view that some Americans have, not all, but just some. And they don't want to wear a mask, or they're afraid of getting vaccinated. And I don't think that that's the case in Mongolia, where when the government directs people to take care of themselves and each other, the people respond. And it may be an inconvenience to have to wear a mask and to get a vaccine, but it's all about keeping each other safe and protected. And we'll get out of this. We'll get out of this together, but we have to help each other right now and keep each other safe. Finally, I want to say that I brought my nephew and my stepfather to Ulaanbaatar in 2019. And they had to come through China and Beijing, and they stayed there 2 nights before coming to UB. And my nephew, who is 15, his name is Tad, he asked me when he got to UB, he said, "Scott, where are the cameras?" And we were walking down Peace Avenue, and where are the cameras? Because in Beijing, he's noticed there's cameras everywhere watching everyone's move. But in Mongolia, you don't have that. People are more free to express themselves, be who they are, and in the challenging world of having to be independent with your career, much more a sense of it's up to us to do our best to study for our own future and for the future of our country, living within our freedom, but respecting the freedom of others too. So I'm so excited about 94.1. Tune in the future. Thank you and have a great day.
For being with us. Don't try to be perfect, just try to be better than you were yesterday.